Hello, guys.
Oh, guys. Okay, guys.
Are you guys going to come in and join me? I see a couple people watching. Hello. Good morning, Cheryl. I'm doing great. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Trying to get used to this StreamYard so I can go live more often. So thank you so much for joining me. What do you think, Cheryl, about what's been going on in these Huntsville streets? Trying to see if we're going to have more people to join us. Oh, you're welcome. I agree, Cheryl. It is a hot mess, and I think it's going to get hotter as this new season starts. So we shall see. Hopefully, we'll get some more people in so we can discuss everything, especially Mr. Martell and his, how he drops the videos of how he's such a good dad. So I definitely wanted to get people's opinion, especially about the upcoming court case between him and Mel. I guess everyone is busy on this Saturday morning. I do see about 6 people watching. Come on in, guys. Drop down. Let's talk about the mess that is Miss Coleslaw. Good morning, Simply Beautiful. Let me read your comment. He uses those kids as props. He thinks if the people see him as a good dad, then that makes him a good man. I totally agree. Totally agree. Actions speak better than words, and being a good dad is expected. You know what I mean? So we want to see more. We want to see, like you said, Simply Beautiful, the good man. And a good man definitely wouldn't do what he's doing to Mel. So, good morning, Sandra. How are you this morning? And Simply Beautiful, thank you so much for your comment. What do you think, Sandra, about what's going on in the Huntsville streets? Cheryl says he has the nerve to sue for full custody, yet comes to court with no documents, no proof of her being an unfit mother. And that's going to be his problem, especially us. We're on the outside looking in, and we can see that she's fit. So I just don't understand his logic. I really don't. And I know Mel has her stuff together as far as what's needed for court. It's just a waste of time. Good morning, Sir Juan, darling. You don't really watch the show, but you watch some of the reunions and you love my commentary. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I can be honest. The show, it's good. And, you may want to go back and watch, but the real show is on the internet, if you ask me. I mean, we get what's going on during the season, but it's always been what's happening on the internet that has really piqued the interest of a lot of people. So, but I do thank you. I thank you. Yes, Sandra, it is a mess. Really, really a mess. What do you guys think about Miss Ariane Curry? I do agree, Sir Wah. I can't stand to look at his face either. I try so hard to, because you don't want to be biased. And so I do try when I'm looking at the things that Martell has going on. But his antics just makes him unlikable. And that's from the start of the show until now. You would think that he would realize that focus on changing his image, but he hasn't. Simply Beautiful says he's using a stall tactic, which makes her believe he has no solid proof, and he's hoping Mel caves. Well, I think he can forget that. Mel will not cave. I don't think any woman will, especially when it comes to custody of her kids. But I definitely agree that he doesn't have proof. We know that he wants to see what Mel is really making as far as financially, so he can get a piece of the pie. And I know Mel has a dream team behind her as far as attorneys, and he just needs to wrap it up. He needs to bow out. Cheryl says he's mad because she paid him dust, and he's used to women falling all over him, and Mel's not going to do it. Exactly. She had him as her husband. He didn't do right. And, real women eventually, and I'm not even going to say eventually, but looks aren't everything. And, he definitely shows that that's one of his main concerns is working on the outer him by working out and this and that. But you got to come to the table with a little more than that, and especially your character, I agree, Sandra. You said the internet is the show. So is it true that AC is filming with the men? I read that somewhere or saw someone's video with that. I guess we really don't know. I believe that if that was the case, she would have dropped a little hint by now. I don't see it happening. But we'll have to wait and see about that. I do know that, it's been stated that Mel said that she wasn't going, that she couldn't come on that show as long as she was on there. And Ariane even mentioned that. We know that's been her goal, is to get on that show, but we shall see. I can't see the other wives allowing their men to film with her. So I don't know. Sirwa says, something I wanted to make note of regarding one of your videos regarding men wanting to get with younger women or women they control. What's that, Sirwa? You wanted to make note regarding one of my videos? Let me know in the comments. Hi, Lee Pepper. You put, I think Miss Curry needs to get offline and stay off. She is ruining her life. I agree. She's fascinated, and this is what puzzles me. She's fascinated about how many people are in their lives, and it's 600 of you guys, or is it 800 of you guys? And most people really watch because we know, and it's a shame, but it's a train wreck. And I do believe that she feels like she's famous, but she definitely needs to get offline and try to rebuild her image. Like I said in a previous video, I would not want to be known as the side chick of the decade because it's went beyond the year now. So I wouldn't even want people to know my name. I would probably go get a government name change. But I think she likes it. She gets online just to say, why are you guys here? Why are you watching me? And if you don't want people to watch you, don't get online. So I totally agree, Lee Pepper. Okay, Sir Y, you said on one of the reunions, one of the men said that Martell is more assertive and dominant with coleslaw. He can't be that way with Mel. Yeah, it was Marceau that said that on the reunion. And naturally, he's more dominant with her. He's been able to control her movement since they started doing whatever they've been doing, and also control her responses to everything, because she's came out and said she was going to start this YouTube channel and she was going to put this on blast and put that on blast. And I think that Martell is the one that's stopping that. So I totally agree. And yeah, no, Mel wasn't having that. Naturally, she was his wife, so she was just trying to, you know, exist peacefully with her husband and build their lives. But in the end, she let him know she wasn't down with that at all. Yeah, he definitely loves control. Hi, woman within. You said that Martell knows he messed up with Mel. He wants her back, but she rejects him at all costs. Yep, I agree. I totally agree. And again, in a previous video, when she did that interview and Mel stated that we'll have to watch the show to see if he tried to get back with her, I think she rejected him then. And that's why he's where he is now, as far as with this court case and all of that. So he can hang that up. Who's going to go back to that? There's nothing appealing. He hasn't shown her that he's worked on himself and he's gotten therapy. And so the behaviors are still the same. So yeah, I don't blame Mel. I would reject it. And I'm sure, she's not going to go backwards. And you also said, I don't watch AC because she's sick and I'm concerned. Where's her family? We must remember the apple, don't fall far from the tree. Yep. Allegedly, she is the product of being of her mom being a side chick as well. Don't know if that's the case, but that's what's been going around, that her mom was messing with a married man and she had AC. So you're right about that apple not falling too far from the tree. And Cheryl, he says Mel didn't satisfy him, but I think he wasn't satisfying her. A woman who's not satisfied with the man is not going to please him, especially when he's out there cheating. He could never touch me again. I totally agree. And that's what's so crazy. This man was busted or found out that he had been cheating, and then he expects his wife to do what? It's a big turn off. Your health is at risk. Who wants to do that? You know. So yeah, I totally agree with that. And yeah, men don't get that. We have to be satisfied as well. So I'm sure Martell has not been putting it down like he thinks he does in the bedroom. There's also a clip, and I may do a video about it, but there's also a clip of Coleslaw when she was talking on that live video where she just went completely nuts. But she said something like that, like he's not doing anything in the bedroom. So I'm going to go back and pull that out, and I may do a video about it today. A lot of men think just because they got it in between their legs that they're hitting on something, but most times they aren't. Good afternoon, Renee. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you joining me. Give me your thoughts, Renee, on what you think that's been going on in the Huntsville streets. Okay, Simply Beautiful. You said Mel would have to use Coleslaw's questionable parenting against Martell in court. He's going after Mel's kids, but not after the son that was left in the car alone. I totally agree. Totally. And that's what does not make sense to me. And I put that in a video yesterday when he came out with the little montage of him with his kids. People will always question, why haven't you tried to get custody of that boy? Why? It's been proven of how his mom parents him, and nothing from Martell at all. So I agree with that. He's going after Mel's kids. He's going after Mel's money. That's it. That's all. And Lee Pepper, you put hotel is not changing. You had an ex just like him, but a female. 15 years later, not change one bit. She was diagnosed as a narcissist. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I'm married, but my ex before my husband was definitely a narcissist. Definitely a narcissist. And they don't change. They really don't. They feel like they don't need therapy. They feel like they're right. They feel like that everything that they do should be excused. So yeah, I think it's a lot of men may go through it too. It's a lot of women that could be narcissists as well. But yeah, Martell is definitely one. He's proven that. So are you guys excited about, I guess we have 2 weeks for the season? What do you guys think is going to happen other than we know that big brawl that's going to happen? I'm not too sure about that because it looks like both Martell and Marceau has made up. And I tell you guys what, Martell has something on those Scott brothers. He definitely has something big because Martell pillow talked with Mel and let her know what they were up to. He did the same thing with Coleslaw. She stated she even witnessed when, they were in Atlanta, and they always seem to forgive him. So I think they do that because they don't want him to blow the spot up. But I guess we'll see how that turns out as well. Hello, Miss Judy. You love my content. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You know, guys, I was just a subscriber. I've been on YouTube for years, and I've seen some crazy stuff on YouTube in different areas of YouTube. But I just wanted to put a voice to my words. Some of the content creators here in this sector, if I was under my other page, they would know exactly who I am. I've always tried to support financially here and there and made sure to give my opinions on their content. And I just decided one day to make a YouTube. So I thank you guys, and I'm glad that you do like my content. Hello, Miss Scorpion Miss. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining me. Drop down and let me know your opinions on what's been going on. What do you guys think about Mel's post about Tank and then her response about some of the people and their comments about, the situation? Let me know what you think about that. I did put a video up this morning with her response. She didn't appreciate a lot of the comments of what people were saying. So let me know what you guys think. Renee, you says, I can't wait for the new season to start. QT, I love your channel. Oh, thank you so much, Renee. I appreciate that. I can't wait either. I cannot wait to see. I think they said they have 33 episodes for this season. So that's a lot. That is a lot. So I'm sure they're going to break it up. I know that in previous seasons, they had like a mid-season break, just like they just did this summer. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to go on. I wish they would have had like a little mini reunion before this season is going to start, but we shall see. But thank you so much. I appreciate you, Renee. Hi, Juju New. I've seen you in my comment section. Thank you so much for joining me. Drop down and let me know what you think about what's been going on. Okay, Sandra says, word on the YouTube streets, LeBaric is helping Martell on his case, the same way he got his son from Destiny. What? I don't know. Destiny, I know she's successful in her own right, but Destiny hasn't shared much as far as what really went on in her life. And that's why I really can't get into her because, we didn't see much of her and LeBaric on the show. And they got divorced before we could. But she can still talk more about what went on. So he may have had more of an upper hand to get his kid. I do believe Destiny did come out and say that they have joint custody, though. So I'm not sure. But Martell needs to hang it up. Now, I will say this, and I put this in my comments. There has been a lot of men that's been able to get custody of their kids, especially men that's out in the public. Steve Harvey was able to get his son from his ex-wife, drove that lady completely crazy. Dwayne Wade was able to get his boys from his ex-wife. He drove her crazy a little bit as well. And then Deion Sanders, he was able to get custody of his kids from his ex-wife, Pilar. So I do know that the three that I just mentioned, they have a little more money and power than Martell. But we can't just be so sure that things will go in, the favor that we feel like it should. I'm claiming it, and I'm sure everyone else is. And like I mentioned, I do believe that Mel has it going on as far as her attorneys, where she'll make sure that that's not going to happen. Martell doesn't realize he has a lot of stuff that can be presented in court where he would be lucky to hold on to joint custody, but we shall see. Oh, thank you so much, Scorpion Miss. I kind of hate my voice. I've always hated it. I don't know. But a lot of people have said that. And then, people that's not even on YouTube say they like my voice. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. Okay, Renee, you says you don't wish sickness on anyone, but you've seen a couple narcissists male exactly like Martell finally apologize and try to come correct on their deathbeds with the same sickness, prostate cancer. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't wish any bad on anyone. I just wish fairness, and hopefully he'll come to that conclusion before it's too late. God don't like ugly. And yeah, a lot of people, a lot of these type of men, especially, they end up on their deathbeds alone with no one in their corner. So, that's sad, but I feel you on that. Hey, Miss J, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Drop down, let me know what you think about what's been going on. What else went on this week as far as the Huntsville streets? Martell and Mel always dominates what's going on in social media, and that's why a lot of us talk about them the way we do, because the other members of the cast, they really don't give us much at all. So, I don't have much to say about him. I do think that Marceau is a great businessman. He promotes his product a lot, just like Mel does. But yeah, everyone else is just blah. Lee Pepper, you said Mel and Coleslaw both know the secrets of the Scots. Yes, they do. And Mel tried to drop some some hints to Tisha plenty and plenty of times. And Coleslaw took it a step further, by being in their presence when they were in Atlanta. And she mentioned her favorite, description about women, the linebackers. So that's all due to Martell, as far as with Mel knowing. And Martell definitely holds the secrets. And that's why I do believe we will never see a true blowout from the Scott brothers. They know. And Martell, that's where he's dumb at, in my opinion. Here it is that you guys were doing the same thing. Martell was dumb when it came to that and wouldn't stop. And the Scots know what they've done as well. So they're going to keep them in their back pocket. Hi, Dorian. You say the way Mel protected Martell's image at first, I really didn't care for Mel. But when I saw how bad he was treating her when she was the one carrying everything and dealing with the narc, I now know greatly. Yeah, you know what? Mel had everyone fooled in the beginning, because I thought, like I'm sure a lot of you, that this was them both building their empire, but she was definitely protecting his image, definitely building him up to, be perceived as more than what he really was. Because if Martell was about the business when he was married to Mel, he would have been able to parlay that into things now. So he's come out with the little calendar and the cookbook and the wine, and it doesn't seem like he's had much success. So I do, like you, Dorian, I see Mel in a totally, totally different light. She was being a good wife. She was supporting her husband. And hey, we all see now. And Sir, why you says, to be honest, I didn't like her making it public all about Tank. I think it should have been a teachable moment between mother and son without a public post. I get that. Yeah, I get that. I don't knock her for doing it, but with the backlash and with the comments from people, I'm sure she probably wishes that she would have just kept it behind closed doors. Yeah, so I totally understand that. Oh, Miss J, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you for joining me. I do see you in the comments sometimes as well, so I appreciate you. Dorian, you said you greatly admires Mel's strength. Yes, ma'am. I do too. To know now, and again, we don't even know it all, but to know exactly what she was going through, And then to see the taunting of coleslaw, I get a lot of people in my comments saying, oh, you guys talk about coleslaw and you shouldn't talk about her. And she was innocent. She definitely was not innocent. And not only was Mel going through what she had to go through with Martell, but then he had his little chihuahua coleslaw. So yeah, she's bounced back greatly. And I'm sure it still affects her. And thank goodness her and the kids are still in therapy. That was a lot. And I promise you, I couldn't have handled it the way that she did. Because within a couple days' time, coleslaw would have known I'm not the one to play with. Period. So yeah, I agree. Okay, Simply Beautiful. You says, honestly, I believe people are overreacting. Kids are doing what Tank did more often than a lot of people know. She used it as a teachable moment, and all he had to do was ask. Yes, ma'am. And that's what I put in my video when she first released that. Kids will be kids. And I remember as a kid going in my mom's pocketbook and grabbing me 50 cents to go get me some Doritos or whatever I was going to get. It's basically the same thing. So in Mel's live that she did yesterday, she talked about the difference in generations. So yeah, we may have had a quarter that was left on the counter, or a dollar bill or something like that. And these kids today, the majority of the people operate with debit cards and credit cards and all of that. So that baby wanted to up his bucks in a game, and he told his mom the truth right away. And hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I don't think it was as bad as people were trying to make it either. And like she said, people should not speak negativity over kids' lives, period. I don't even do it with what's the little boy's name? Knox. You know what I mean? Because he's innocent in what his mom and dad did. So, you know. But it was definitely a teachable moment, for sure. And with her sharing that story, if you guys watched my last video, she did show some comments from people that DM'd her on Instagram, and they said how appreciative they were that she even shared that. So, lesson learned, lesson taught, just like Mel said. And Woman Within You says Mel didn't have to explain anything. And she did right, getting on him about writing down her credit card number. I agree with her by talking with him and not fussing. Yes, I agree as well. A lot of people are old school. In old school, it was straight up getting a spanking or a whooping and yelling and hollering, and you know what I mean? So, um, that's hasn't proven to be effective with a lot of kids that's grown up. Maybe it did. I had my mom was the disciplinarian in my family, and my dad, I was the baby of the bunch, and he spoiled me completely. Never gave me a spanking. But my mom, and she had a right. Some of the things that I was doing was out of control as far as being fast. So I'm grateful for those little love taps, as I call them. But yeah, sometimes those kids are going through enough. And I think Mel recognizes that. So spanking and yelling and all of that on top of them dealing with now being in two different households and going to dad's house one week, coming back to mom's the next. I think she handled it the right way as well. What was ludicrous, Juju? Let me know in the comments. Cheryl, you said, what happened to Martell's $15,000 lawyer? What happened to his $1 lawyer? It seemed like nobody is working in his best interest if he can't even bring in the proper paperwork so they can get this thing going. Is he representing himself? So yeah, if he spent $15,000 on the lawyer, he needs to go back and get $14,999 back because it's a mess. Hey, Renee B. Usher, did I miss one of your comments? Let's see. Usher. What do you mean, Renee B? Are you talking about Usher with his ex-wife? Absolutely, Juju knew. He's definitely doing this out of spite. Definitely. And Mel gave him how many years? How are you spiteful for anything? How? She gave the man chance after chance after chance. So he needs to just take that L and move on. Judy, you say Martell is going to prolong this hearing because he know he doesn't have any paperwork to turn in. He tried to play a liberic, win by default. Yeah, Mel's not having that. She's not having that at all. Uh-oh, guys, let me see what I did. And guys, on my next live, I'm going to drop the link. This is my first live. So I'm just trying to get familiar with StreamYard and all of that. And then I'm definitely going to drop the link going forward so we can chat back and forth. So I want to see how I'm able to put up banners and block folks if need be and so much. And so on. All right, so let's see. Scorpion, you said, I sort of feel that her sharing that information about Tank was oversharing because it opens up negative commentary towards her son. Yeah, and she did get a lot of negativity about that post. So I'm sure it's a lesson learned for her as well. She did say that she's going to continue to speak about her parenting, and maybe she'll just, you know, try to weed out what she shares, but I don't think that she did it. Hopefully Martell is not going to try to use that against her, and he definitely can't, but yeah, I feel you. Oh, did Usher get custody of his kids from Tamika? And Omarion did as well? I see April with those kids all the time. I didn't know that. Wow. Yeah, like I said, we can't sleep on the fact that, but again, we're speaking about big time celebrities, like I mentioned with Steve Harvey, Dwayne Wade, and Deion Sanders. But yeah, if these cases are brought against some judges that just thinks that fathers should get custody, it can go either way. I don't think Martell has the power, the brains, or the money to get custody of those kids. But yes, a lot of them that's been successful for sure. But they have money. Exactly, Lee Pepper. They definitely has big time bucks. And then I do know with Dion, Dion was a football star in Texas. And what I think that his ex-wife should have done, and those kids are grown now and they're all back with their mom, and that's great. But what I think that she should have done at the time, she should have moved out of town to another state to get it out of Texas hands. Because, with Dion having the popularity that he had, it was a lose for her from the start. But yeah, Martell did cheat for years. 4 years. And let's hope that the judge takes everything into account. I don't know if they're able to, look at what Miss Coleslaw has done, but that shows how he's not able to choose correctly. And Mel could make a point that, look, he's still involved with her. He has to be involved with this girl because he has a child by her. And I will lay out everything that she said about me in that courtroom. So let's hope that some of that is able to be brought about. Oh yes, Ludacris did get his daughter. You're right. Yes, he did. And his daughter is being raised by his current wife and the kids that she now has. Yep. Again, another higher level celebrity than Martell, but yep, that is the truth. And Cheryl, you saying they had proof of these mothers were unfit. Dwayne Wade came in court with proof and documents, and so did LeBaric. Well, see, I didn't know that Dwayne Wade had any documents really. I'm sure he did, but I'm sure that his fame and power also played a part Because this is my thing. If the women were good enough to be married to and raise the kids while you guys were married, then why all of a sudden when you get a divorce, they're now unfit? So LeBaric and may have a little more again because Destiny didn't come out and say anything. But Dwayne Wade, allegedly started that relationship with Gabrielle Union while he was still married. And then he had this child on Gabrielle Union. So, that's not a good dad to me, if you ask me. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because, I don't remember much about him having so much proof. I think it was more power, just my opinion. Hello, pretty. How is it? Pretty GYRLNY. I'm trying to sound out the last part, but you absolutely love my channel and you will just keep praying because some judges, especially in the South, they can be biased towards women working. So just stay in prayer for Mel. I totally agree. And thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me and I'm glad that you like my content. But yes, ma'am, I've seen it in the South as well, like the ones that I mentioned. And they feel they got those old views that women should be at home and cooking and cleaning and all of that, just like Martell has stated in the past. He especially tried to say that on the show, and come to find out, Mel was the boss. Mel was the one that was making those moves. So it's a new day and time, but a lot of people are stuck in their ways. So I think they have a female judge. Hopefully she understands that, hey, she went to college and she's working, and there's nothing wrong at all with male working. So I feel ya. All right, you say thing is Martell really don't want the kids. It's about Mel's money. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And free baby Knox. Yes, free baby Knox get custody of baby Knox. Martell. All right, and you put Hotel is the one who started sharing Tank, not Mel. Yep, he did. He did. And there's nothing wrong with them sharing their kids if that's what they want to do. The kids have their own little official page, but I don't know. The backlash that Mel got from sharing that post, I get both sides of it. I get her. She's just talking about something that went on with him. And then I do get other people that didn't think that she should. So, Roni Ya, actually, Mel was protecting her image and her image of her family and her man. A lot of women do that until they get tired of it. That is so true. That is so true. And she definitely did that with Martell because, in the beginning, Martell had on his little suits, and that's all I saw him as was a businessman. And, we learned early on about the cheating, but I definitely thought that he had a little more going on as far as, business. And to see him last season basically groveling at Marceau's feet, trying to get Marceau to go back in business with him. And, he didn't have much going on. Thanks to Mel, we didn't know that. I get it. Yeah, Mel, not Mel. Cheryl, you says Mel lawyer will use all those rants on IG trying to slander Mel and defaming her character, and judges use those posts to show how reckless and irresponsible he is. Yep, they really got all they need if you ask me. And they also have that invite that she when she invited him on that trip this past summer to Florida. So they have that look. She's trying to co-parent peacefully. That's all. And he's just digging a ditch for himself. Good morning, Care. Thank you so much for joining us. Drop down and let me know your thoughts on what's been going on in the Huntsville streets. Mel woke up and is handling her business. Yes, she is. And it's such an inspiration for a lot of women, whether people want to believe it or not, because I said previously, I think a lot of women that just can't, and this is not just to praise Mel per se, but you have to give her credit. And I think that some people wanted to see Mel in, let's say, coleslaw shoes, just a wreck since she divorced Martell, and not doing anything to better her life or a kid's life, and she's done the opposite. She's definitely been handling her business. So I totally agree. You want Mel to bring out her book? Yes, I do too. Because like I mentioned, we get what they share on the show and the internet. But if anyone has a story to tell about what really went on in that household, it's Mel. So, I'll definitely buy the book. I think she says she is writing a book. So hopefully she'll release it. Renee, you say Destiny mentioned LeBerick snuck and did something, causing her to lose the baby by default. Seemingly, Mel didn't know about the suit until she tried the name change. Maybe Hotel tried to sneak that tactic. Could be. Could be. Martell, in my opinion, he's just not as bright as a lot of men. So LeBerick may have had that upper hand. But yeah, it's a shame that she's forced basically to legally have that name, Holt, that last name. you know, I don't blame her for wanting to get rid of it. And I wouldn't have blamed her if she wanted to keep it because she has 4 kids and their last name is Holt. As long as she doesn't have kids by other people and name them Holt, there's nothing wrong with her having that name. But I wouldn't want to be tied to Martell at all. So I'm glad that she's rebranding herself with the Melody Cherie. And yeah, hopefully they'll speed this process up so she can drop that. People wouldn't have been upset if it was used during an episode. Some people are too judgmental and overreact and love hating on Mel. People wouldn't have been upset if it was used during an episode. Ronnie used what? Okay, about Tank. Yep, I agree. I agree. Tanga J, hey, thank you for stopping by. Just trying out this StreamYard crap so I can get used to it. But thank you. I see you all up and down my comments. So I really, really, really appreciate you. You said your team did the same thing with your credit card number, bought something from Amazon. So I got him a green light card that worked out well. Yes, a lot of kids do this. We all know kids don't even know the value of money. So, and it's been so many stories. I have a family member where my great nephew did the same thing. I think it was something on one of those games, Call of Duty, or I don't know. So all they know is they want to continue to play their game, or all they know is they want what they see. I remember, what was it? This was something that was shared on Instagram, but a lady got over $1,000 worth of merchandise that her child ordered from Amazon, and she had problems with getting her money back. So yeah, it happens a lot. Tanga, as I'm saying it right, Tanga or Tanga? You said narcissists want to do things their way and don't listen to lawyers. Yep. Martell is his own downfall. And it's time for this judge to just put a stop to this nonsense. Because from what we know, what is it? It's been 2 times that they went to court and he hasn't had what's needed. So hey, give Mel a judgment by default. I don't agree with them continuing to give him, postponing things and continuing to give him chance after chance after chance to get his stuff together, especially since he's the one that brought this up. Usher got custody of his 2 sons. Okay, with Tamika. I did not know that. I thought they had joint custody. Wow. Soul Star, hi. I don't know if I said hi to you, Soul Star, but thank you so much for joining me. You put it's actually not about the kids, it's about his ego. Yep. And Martell doing whatever he can to punish Mel for leaving. And because she has made it clear this door is closed. I totally agree. Totally agree. And due to his ego, he's just doing more damage. You would think that he would say, look, I want some peace as well. We done fought during the marriage about what I was doing. We're now divorced. I'm going to end this fight. You would think he would do that, but that ego, you know, those type of men, they don't want to accept loss. And yeah, that door is closed. So I agree, Soul Star. Hey, Renata. She made it a teachable moment, unlike the way Martell posted and shamed Tank and Mel for those chains. I wonder if he had a conversation with his son about why he can't wear the chains to school. I agree. I totally agree. And yeah, the Martell's post was definitely more about Mel and the choice that she let Tank make as far as buying those chains. But he did shame Tank in the process. He definitely did. They were $3 chains. $3 chains. You know what I mean? So hey, let the boy play. I said is no different than toys. Let him play. you know. And if Martell was so against it, I don't think he should have worn it to school, and I don't think that he did. But, I can understand Martell saying, look, there's nothing wrong with you having this around the house, but you can't wear it to school. But to make a poll, that was crazy. Hey, Dorian, love your videos. Also, like how you get right to the point. Thank you so much. I try to give a little commentary on what's going on instead of just posting what they post. So I'm glad that it seems that it's a lot of you guys that really enjoy that point, because that's something that I wanted more in other channels. And, I get everybody doing things their way. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do think the point of YouTube is for you to give your aspect on things. So thank you. Hey, AJ Stone. You understand the kids are going through a lot, but discipline is very important. I am not rewarding my child after they did something like that. I get your point. Yep, and that's the thing about parenting. People have their own styles. And I'm a fan of, I'll say both. Now, I'm not a fan of, let's say, beating or things like that. But I'm a fan of both. So I am a fan of, if you do something wrong, yeah, you may not get rewarded right away. But people have that choice, and it seems like she's doing a good job. Those kids are very, very respectful from what I've seen, mannerable, so. But yeah, I understand. Hey, Wente Talk. You said that Mel should be able to use the stuff that Sloth say about Martell in court. That nasty mess shouldn't be public. I totally agree. And they may just be able to do that again with Martell having a baby by her, and the possibility of Mel and Martell's kids being around her. Then yes, some of that stuff, the majority of it, should be able to be brought up in court, especially how she talked about her child got sick from his siblings and all of that. Just a mess. Cheryl, you put most of those men celebrities were financially successful. Yep. And could hire A-list lawyers. So that seals his fate, because he definitely is not financially successful. Yeah. For them spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a A1 lawyer, they're able to move and shake and do some things. So I agree with that. And I'm a fan of men being able to get custody of their kids if the other parent is unfit. It took two to create them. And if one of them is unfit, then they definitely should be able to get custody. But this mess that Martell doing, it's like, boy, bye. Hang it up. Hang it up. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's a headache. And it's just unnecessary. It really is. And Renee, you understand both point of views, but Mel's always been open. She has. And to you, it takes away the opportunity for Martell to try to spin the incident against her. She acknowledged, addressed, and seemingly resolved. I totally agree. Totally agree. And just with the people that were sending her messages that didn't even look at things the way that Mel handled Tank, and how they said that they would then now change the way they, try to discipline their kids about things that they've done wrong per se. Then yes, she definitely resolved it with Tank. You know, that's the only way to do it. You let them know what they've done wrong and move on from there. But it definitely wasn't as big as people tried to make it. Oh, thank you, Tanya B. I'm glad you're here too. I'm trying to shake these little nerves and kinks off so I can start going live more often. So thank you so much for joining me. Keith Sweat did win custody. You are right about that. From what's her name? Lisa. What's her name? That was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. He sure did. It is about not paying child support. It is about not paying child support. You meaning Martell's reason for trying to get custody? Because that's something that I would change as well. Excuse me, if I was Mel. Because Mel said that when she divorced him, she didn't even want child support. And I would change that, especially now. So you want to get you want to get full custody once I win, because we're claiming that for her. Now I want child support. Whatever that man makes in the future shouldn't just go as far as child support to coleslaw and her baby. So I would make sure I'm getting a cut, even though I don't need it. I'm going to make sure my kids are getting a cut of that as well. When Tay talk, I think Dwayne Wade got custody because his ex-wife was going against the court orders. Oh, okay. Yeah, all I know is what they showed as far as their relationship when they were married, Dwayne Wade and Savon. And, she seemed like she was okay then. So, yeah, if she was going against those court orders, then I could see how he was able to get full custody. Soul Star says, you heard Coleslaw is no longer in the house she was last at. I don't understand why she won't get a job and do better. Her ignorance and thought process is atrocious. Yeah, I heard the same thing. And it may be true because, we haven't seen her come live in that house in quite some time. And a lot of people take it a step further as far as when they are researching these people. I try not to, but a lot of people do go above and beyond to find out addresses and who lives there currently and all of that. So I don't know. I heard that she is in her mom's house. Someone says that she and her sister both moved in with the mom in Huntsville. So that's all alleged. I'm not sure, but yeah. Miss Bridget, baby. Don't they have a female judge though? That's what I heard. But some of these women, even though they're female, that doesn't mean that they necessarily is just going to relate to the women. But yeah, I think they do have a female judge. And Tanga, you said that the female judge supposedly gives men custody. Wow. Whew, we're not going to claim that. Let's hope Mel's lawyers is on top of everything. Everything. But we shall wait and see. I hate that it's even at this point, because it's definitely unnecessary. I don't think Wade had proof either. Seemed like he did some tricky stuff. Also with visitation days, very sad. Seems like he drove her crazy. Yes, ma'am. I remember videos of her sitting outside on the ground outside the court buildings in Chicago. And yeah, and that will, the same thing happened with Steve Harvey's ex-wife. It seemed like that drove her crazy as well. So, a lot of women, when they're fighting against these powerful machines, they can lose it. So I'm hoping that things are better for her. And, I've seen videos on YouTube where Dwayne Wade's sons both have been in their mom's presence after. So I haven't seen Steve Harvey's son with his mom, though. But yeah, that's enough to drive somebody crazy. Okay, and Pretty Girl. Exactly. I think people confuse us giving Mel her props and not holding her accountable. We never said she was perfect, but she is doing the darn thing. Exactly. Exactly. I'm going to always ride for women, especially when they have gone through things such as that. And yeah, she deserved her props. So you won't get dogging out from me at all when it comes to Mel, as far as how she's moved since the divorce. Cheryl, you say it's obvious the judge don't feel he's a 100% parent because the judge would have awarded him full custody from the jump. This is not his first rodeo in court with Mel. That's true. That is true. And I guess the judge is really trying to give him a chance to bring in what's needed. But to me, I couldn't be the judge because enough is enough. Go ahead on. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys joint custody. We're going to leave that as is. But no, you couldn't continue to come in my courtroom and you don't have what's needed. So I really think that Martell is hiding his financial records. And how crazy is that? Because he wants to see Mel's. So Dorian, you say that's what I can't understand. Why would anyone want to see Mel fail? All she did was leave a man that refused to stop cheating. Thank you. Finally left him. And that's the thing. A lot of women probably would have left sooner. But she finally left him. Gave that man all the chances in the world. And then when she leaves, people want to still try to talk about her leaving. I don't get it. Sure, you said LeBerick wasn't going back and forth to court. He was awarded custody from the jump. Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly. I don't trust everything that comes out of Destiny's mouth. I'm sorry. She's just not as open. But I do remember seeing a video with her. Who was it with? Because it was on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. And I do believe that she did say that he was awarded custody. But I thought she did come back and say that they have joint custody. So we didn't get to learn much about LeBerick at all, other than he was the chicken wing man or whatever Kimmy called him. So yeah, it would have been nice to see what was going on, or just a little piece of their lives. We'll never get everything that's going on. And Destiny doesn't serve a purpose on this show to me. And that's just my personal opinion. And I will stand on her doing Mel wrong until the end, because it's for a storyline. Because a good friend is not going to loan you thousands of dollars. A good friend is not going to be there for you when you got a notice on your door as far as utilities being shut off. So for her to then try to get with Tisha and whoever else will go against Mel is crazy. And that's her storyline. So I'm hoping that won't be Destiny's storyline when the season starts in a couple weeks, but I'm sure it is. So Mel was right in cutting her off, especially with Destiny going to Martell, talking about things that her and Mel had discussed. So, yeah, we shall see. Mel covered for his dumbness and ineptitude because there's no accountability and it's very shady. Yep. She did cover his dumbness. Because my goodness, who would have thought that he didn't even have a builder's license? From the first episode of this show, the first season. Who would have thought that Martell did not have it somewhat together? So yeah, she covered him big time. And any woman, including Sheree, that will get involved with Martell on the real, it couldn't be me. So I think that, and we'll have to wait and see what goes on with that. I'm hoping Sheree is just not that dumb. We've seen some of her choices in men, but I'm hoping it's more of a storyline for her. And I'm not mad at it being a storyline. It's reality TV, so give her something to watch. But if she's serious, nah, Hotel might feel like he's fighting for his family in this court battle. Well, there's really nothing to fight for. As far as the family aspect is over. So, it's nothing to fight for. Just co-parent and go on with your life. Give Mel some peace, give the kids some peace, give himself some peace. The fight should have been over because he knows that girl is a good parent. She's not feeding Sugar Mama popsicles at 5 o'clock in the morning. So go for coleslaw, son. Battle for that. He's out here wearing Tank's clothes and got the nerve to come at him out here in these streets wearing these too tight clothes, cutting off his blood circulation. Maybe that's the problem, Cheryl. Maybe that with his blood circulation being cut off is cutting off the thoughts that should be in his brain. But yeah, them clothes, it's like, no, sir. We see you got muscles, so we don't have to see it through your clothes. It's just too much for me. Too much. I sent Slow Slaw and told her to stop putting that nasty stuff on the net and grow up and raise her kids with dignity and respect. She called you a B and blocked you. Goodness gracious. I am not shocked. She don't want to hear the truth. She does not want to hear the truth. And like I put in another video, hey, Martell definitely still has that tie to her. So I'm sure they're still getting down in the bedroom. But that's also a tactic of hers to run these other women away. So she's going to continue to put nasty stuff out there because she wants people to do what I would do. Like, she said you did what? No, it's over. So yeah, that's what she want to do. But I am not shocked about her calling you a B. She didn't call you an old B or a linebacker. That girl is she has the mentality of a teenager. That's funny. Is he competing with Tank? He may be. He may be. I've seen a lot of comments that people feel like that he doesn't really acknowledge Sugar Mama like he should. And, I've seen him acknowledge her, and I know that he loves her. But he said something one time like, I don't call her Sugar Mama. And it's like, what's the big deal with calling her Sugar Mama? That's her nickname. So, Martell is Martell. Okir, you says that Martell should have taken that $15,000 lawyer fee and paid for the children's school fees for the year. Yep. Not because she's not asking for money. I agree. And did he pay that $15,000 out the alleged $17,000 that he stole from Mel? Because where he getting $15,000 from? My opinion, and my opinion only, is when it comes to this wine, I think what Martell did is what a lot of people do. They announce this product, they put it up on the website for people to buy it. People start ordering, and then when they get that money in, that's when they start producing the product. So I don't even think, again, this is just my opinion, I don't even think Martell had the money to even get that wine line going. So not too many people have given it good reviews, and they say allegedly is Sutter Home and that he used the same exact label as a Sutter Home wine initially. So, Scorpion, you says, I'm not surprised Slow Slaw did that. Me either. She blocks anyone who tries to talk sense to her. She really does. And I think she's blocked the people in her real life, because there has to be someone that's tried to talk some sense into her. You know, a mama, a sister, a grandmama, auntie, uncle, daddy. Her daddy's still living. So I think she blocks anyone that goes against what she has going on with her life. She's a mess. She is a mess. And she made it a point on her video yesterday to say, oh no, I won't be going out of town this year. She went out of town last year with Martell. And I think Martell has lost enough. And I think that's something that he's finally realized. So I do think that he's probably shut her down in that area. We'll see about that. Mel let Martell off the hook. She didn't want alimony or child support. He is stupid to keep messing with that lady. Yes, Chris, I totally agree. Totally agree. And some women, they're like that because they don't want people to, the men to have anything to hold over their heads in the future. So she didn't want child support. I don't even think he had it to give her alimony. But she walked away with clean hands. Nope, keep your money. I can raise my kids. I can provide for them. And like you said, he keep messing with her. So all bets will be off. Yeah, I want that child support ASAP. Period. So let him keep on digging a ditch, Shell is responding to Tanga. Tank tired of him wearing his clothes. Coming up missing all the time. Too funny. O'Care says to Pretty Girl, why AC ain't come after you instead of Millie-chan? Yeah, and I'll say this, guys. I'm not conceited. I'll say this, but I'm a pretty girl. But like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot that I have seen that's went on these YouTube streets, especially against content creators. I mean, some terrible stuff. So my point is, if you can come out and release content, and I'm not saying that I'm not going to in the future come public or whatever the case may be, or show my face, but yeah, she went after Millie-chan. Millie-chan looks better than her. Is older than her, and I'm sorry, AC, come talk about some of these videos I put out about you. I'm not gonna be as graceful as Mel and Millie-chan, I could tell you that. Because I could make a video a day, 3, 4, 5 of them with the content that I got of this girl and what she's done and said over these past years. So yeah, I was proud of Millie-chan and her response back to her. It just shows that you don't have to stoop low to everybody. But everybody is not Millie-chan and Mel. Some people gonna really let loose on her, and I'm one of them. So when they talk, the people that try to dog Mel out don't even have valid reasons as to why they don't like her. I agree. I really agree. Even when it comes to the show, we saw Mel trying to get Tisha to be more independent in the beginning. People talked about Mel about that. Now, what has Tisha done? She's tried to step out of that shell and become more independent as a woman, even though you're married. But, as far as trying to dog Mel out about anything concerning Martell, get out of here. Get out of here. Like Mel says, she has her mellow meters. And I try to be fair. Like I said, if the other cast members would give a little more to talk about, I promise you I would talk about them more. The videos that I've had posted, they don't get many views. They really don't, because the other cast members really don't have much going on. But Mel has a fan base, and I'm glad that she does, because she's done what should have been done. She tried and she left. and she gets my respect. Renata, you say some of those female judges be pick me, women too, especially when they see Martell in in court with those spandex suits on. Yeah, a lot of people are attracted by the outer shell of Martell. And let's hope that's not the case. Like I said, let's try to just claim it in advance. But yeah, Martell won't ever have a problem getting a woman because a lot of women, that's all they want is somebody on their arm that looks good no matter what they're going through. And yeah, I can see how people can be fooled just because he's a nice looking man and has a body. Miss J, you say Cold Sloppy has been put out of two places now. Word on the curb. Her and Hotel used to fight like cats and dogs in the first place. What? Wow. I didn't know that. I'm going to say allegedly, Miss J, but I did not know that. Ugh, they're really alike. And Martell, if Coleslaw had a little bit going on with herself, that man would have been married her. If she would have had something going on business wise, if she wasn't a fool out in the internet streets, Martell would be with her. They're just alike. No morals, you know, birds of a feather flock together. But I can definitely see them fighting. I can see them arguing and going back and forth. Toxic relationships is a thing. That's for sure. Renee, you says Tank's chains. Eminem kids are taught that they are kings and queens. Perhaps that's why he chose the king change. Could be. Why do I keep saying change? Chain. Also, Martell was photographed with giant chains on, so hopefully Tank wanted to emulate that. Yeah, it was innocent. It was innocent, you know. But there's Martell with that pole. Like I said, Martell wants those kids to be soldiers, you know. Tanga put preach on deceitful destiny. Yeah. Destiny doesn't give us much at all. And I can't stand the faces that she make, like the two or three times that I've seen her being interviewed by people. And if somebody asks her a question about Mel or, well, what went on with the friendship? She'll roll her eyes and make a face and take a sip of something, but don't answer. It's like, girl, why are you here? Give us something to talk about. So we'll see if she opens up on this new season. I doubt it. I'm sorry, did I? Is it Ice Taylor? I.S. Taylor? Destiny lost custody of her child because she never showed up in court, but wants to go to court with Martell. Girl, bye. Yeah, she came out and said that she's still fighting for her son, so that she didn't go to Martell. But some people said allegedly she wrote a statement or something. So I'm sure that's going to come out if it's indeed true. But I agree, girl, bye. Focus on you. Let Martell and Mel go through what they're going through, even though she claims to have been Martell friend for years. Well, you also was Mel friend. And at some point, she agreed with Mel on a lot of things. But now that she's upset with Mel, she's against her. So, yeah, she a mess. When Tay talks, she didn't even loan her the money. She gave it to her. She sure did. She sure did. And it was thousands, pluralized, of dollars. And LeBerick got custody by default because Destiny, sorry, didn't go to court. What was she doing that she couldn't go to court, I wonder? Focusing on Mel? That's crazy. All right, pretty girl. Yes, but she lied to me, and who knew? Are going live again to address her lies. She proved me correct. She never owned anything, just threw up an IG and started selling cheap clothes. Girl, those AliExpress clothes, she can get that stuff. I mean, they look so cheap. And I'm not trying to talk against her. My sister calls them flea market clothes. I'm not trying to talk against her as far as her trying to get whatever going as far as business. But no, ma'am. Those type of clothes, you can wash them once and it's a wrap. So yeah, they very cheap looking, very. And then she doesn't even advertise them. She'll make a picture in the clothes, but half of the time when she's on live, people are asking her, is that from your line? Is that from your line? And she'll say, no, I bought this from wherever. So if you're going to sell something, at least wear it. So yeah, she's a mess. All right. Blogger Miss Ann and Destiny. She made my morning. She did a blog this morning from her trip to Huntsville and has real-time pics of Destiny's clothes and dusty shop. Really? Oh my goodness. I love Auntie Ann. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Wow. So the store is completely closed. It shouldn't have never been open because those shelves were always empty. Wow. I'm gonna watch that once I'm done with this video. Yeah, I love Aunt Ann. She is so spot on, filled with wisdom. You click like. Yes, click like, guys, on my first live video. Click like. Like I said, for those that may have missed what I said earlier, on my next live, I'm going to drop the link. So I'm just trying to familiarize myself with StreamYard and how to put these comments up and doing all of this. But I'm definitely going to drop the link going forward so we all can have a discussion together. I do appreciate you guys being here. And yes, please click that like button. Sloppy Slow won't learn. Sorry, sis has a mind of a teenager, doesn't she? Oh my goodness. In one of my first videos I made about her, I said that she has the mentality of a teenager. And that if she wants to be on any show, I can see her being on Teen Mom. And for her to continue to say she's so young. 32 is not old, but 32 is not young. So you in the middle, you know. But yeah, she's a mess. All right, Dorian. Oh yeah, the treachery of destiny is mind-blowing. Someone give you thousands of dollars to help you fight for your baby, and you turn on them like that. Speaks volumes about your character. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because even if something happened where it caused a little division in her and Mel's friendship, on GP alone, on what Mel did for her alone, she should have kept all of this nonsense in the background. Okay, I may not be messing with you anymore. I'm not talking to you anymore, but I'm not about to link up with the women on the show that don't like you. So yeah, it definitely speaks volumes about her character, for sure. Okay, Tang, I agree. She does block anyone that says anything. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I had to block a couple people that's been in my comment section. But I welcome opposing opinions. I really, really do, as long as it's respectful. But I don't understand people that will drop down in your comments and just, be real disrespectful. It's a way to argue your point. And but the difference with coleslaw is if you say you don't agree with her messing with Martell, you're a block. If you say, oh, you shouldn't say that about Melody, you're a block. So yeah, I'm surprised she has followers too. She'll always have an audience, like I mentioned earlier, because she's a train wreck the majority of the times. And the times that she's not on BS, it's phony. So yeah. Oh, we are going to court soon. Waiting for my attorney to let me know the date because I don't live in the A. You're going to court with who, pretty girl? Let me know. Dorian, you said I don't listen to anything more about coleslaw after her recent post on the Shade Room. She is just disgusting. I cannot. I understand. I totally understand. And as a YouTuber, it is for some of us. We're going to talk about the mess. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the mess. But I get people that's just over it. You know, she is so vulgar and disgusting. And she does not have a care in the world that her kids will see this one day. That's just crazy to me. All to try to put a stake into Martell to claim him. Millichan has a life and a man. Yes, she does. She really does. And a lot of people were right. She really hasn't talked against Ariane in that way. She really, really hasn't. She's one of a couple that's been extremely fair as they could to Ariane. So for her to choose her, you know, like I put, she saw that wig, and we all know how she feels about wig. She believes that that hair was going to keep Martell, and whatever Martell told her about loving her hair, she's been banking on that ever since. It's a lot of women that wear wigs. Very popular. So yeah, Millichan, she ain't thinking about that girl at all. She says she's the cream of the crop. Out here looking like cream of the ops. Oh my goodness, Cheryl. Cream of the crop. Where? Where? You know, and how she always say, I'm a bad bee. I'm a bad bee. Girl, where? You know, we see all of these influencers today that is really living that life, that's about that life. And Coleslaw has never given that to me, ever. So it's all in her mind. That was too funny. Cream of the ops. All right, ADR, you said sloppy in her Jerry curl bag. Somehow seeing her in that hair bag just cracks me up. Just looks ridiculous. Talking about Millichan and her own Doomski, looking crazy with her hair dye on her forehead. Yeah, she must have been been in a hole in the wall. Because as far as a beauty shop, because you don't do that. You don't let hair dye rest on someone's forehead like that. You know, they didn't use anything to protect her hairline at all. They should have had you can buy long boxes of the cotton that you can pull out as long as you want, wrap it around the edges and the ears. So that was odd to me. Somebody in my comments said that I guess they're from Huntsville, and they said that the place is like a little hole in the wall, and they said something about it may not cost her more than $20 to get her hair done. So I don't know. Martell in those Spider-Man fitted suits. That's so true. Nice looking versus attractive. Martell visually attracts attention, but not good looking. I feel you. I feel you on that. And his ways is definitely not attractive at all. Yeah, pretty girl, I feel you about you know, she be choking him or whatever the case may be. That girl is all talk. You know what I'm saying? She just wants people to think that she got Martell in so much check, and she never really has. So what she doesn't realize, he's going to continue to come over there and hit it and quit it if you allow him. He will definitely continue to do that. But she definitely don't have the upper hand. If she did, he would have divorced his wife. His wife wouldn't have divorced him. So she ain't running nothing. And, you know, as far as her putting her hands around his neck, Martell, that girl is so small and little. If he wanted to combat that, he could. So she's all talk. Yeah, somebody else put that earlier, Kathy. Yep. If she had anything going on in real life other than what's in between her legs, believe me, he probably would have left Mel. So we all know what it is. And she's definitely a liability. That's why he sent that when he sent that email, he put best of luck to her. That was so funny. Best of luck. Tay Talk, what live was you on? I need to go back and check it out. All of you guys that's in this live with me, like I mentioned, going forward, I want you guys to share your humor with me as well. But let me know what live so I can go back and look at it. I already said I'm going back and look at Aunt Anne's for sure. He wants us to see him as a superhero professional with those tight suits. Please. I feel for him. And it's like I've asked before, who is his team? Who's assisting him? Because he does have a platform and he could be using it to his advantage. He really could. And the team, I think Melnika, I'm not sure if she's still involved with him. But Martell needs a team around him. He does. All right. Martell wears old church lady roadkill fox stalls and mad because he couldn't pawn Lil Tank's chains. He's probably only mad because they weren't real and he couldn't pawn them. For real. For real. I'm sure he did a little test. He probably ran to a local pawn shop in Huntsville thinking Tank got those chains out of Mel's jewelry box or something. He is a mess. And yeah, oh my God, that was such a bad look. Who advised him to wear that fur at that wine launching? He looked a mess. Looking like the daddy from Coming to America. Really, S. McNeil? I'm gonna have to check that out. Wow. I wouldn't be shocked. The Scott brothers are from Michigan as well. I'm from the Midwest myself, Midwest, not from Michigan. And it's some city slicksters out there. And the Scott brothers are slicksters as well. So they got them some Southern wives who may not be able to see through that slickness. But yeah, you can't out slick a slicker. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Black Titanic is from Huntsville. Oh, I like her channel too. And some neighbors in the area where Coleslaw lives said her and Martell fought a lot. And that's probably why she lost her Section 6 house. What? Wow. Well, has anyone locally that lives there went by to see if, naturally nobody should go up to the door. But does the house look empty? I think she's out of there because she made it a point to go live from that house. Simply Beautiful, you say Destiny has been friends with Martell for over 20 plus years, but had higher expectations for Melody as a friend. Okay? And if you need a village, go talk to your friend Martell. Exactly. Martell wasn't even a village for his own kids when he was married. But yeah, she definitely had high expectations on Mel and none of herself as a friend to Mel. People not giving away money like that, thousands of dollars, if they don't have something in their heart for you. And with Destiny not even being able to understand that Mel had just went through this messy divorce, then she was trying to deprogram herself from the season, and she wasn't available for Destiny like Destiny needed her to be. Destiny didn't understand that. Mel went through a lot. So yeah, she didn't have it in her at the time to be a village. She was trying to get her own village together for her and her own kids. Her clothes show how she disrespects customers. All purchases have no refund with store credit. Really? Wow. Let me grab this water, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh. I did not know that. I've never even went to the website because just the pictures of the clothes is enough for me. You can tell that they cheap. And it doesn't take much for somebody to open up an online boutique. Any of us can do it. You can order from Shein. Is it Shein or Shine? It's Shein. You can order from Shein. You can order from AliExpress. You can order from so many of these manufacturers that's in China. Order in bulk. If you had $500, you can definitely double your profit. And that's all she's doing. It's not her own line. She doesn't have a team of designers. She's reselling. And yeah, no refund. That's crazy. Miss Ann doing her Black Titanic impersonation and also exposed Credit One. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and look at that. S. McNeil, what video was that on? Black Titanic's video from this morning or yesterday? Let me know. I got a lot to go back and watch today. Miss J, you wonder if the Scotts are helping Destiny pay her bills like Mel. They're not. Last season was everybody coming together to go against Mel. Because in my opinion, the Scotts know Martell is dumb. So they know that they can string him along. They can say, man, I'm going to throw this business your way. I'm going to let you do this and do that. And they did the same thing with Destiny. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll do those sweets for you. We'll give you a price. It was everybody against Mel. So, in my opinion, and I put this in a previous video, not only did I think Mel just wanted to peacefully co-parent with Martell, I also think or thought that she wanted to have a peaceful relationship with him as far as them filming the show. And she knew. Mel doesn't have to say it, but she can see, and she saw how everybody was going against her. And we saw a different side of Kimmy as well last season. Not as much, but Kimmy to me was always fair, especially when Kimmy said that if it wasn't for her being related to Tisha, that she wouldn't be her friend. So Kimmy was fair in a lot of aspects, but those Scott men, them husbands, I'm sure they had a talk with the wives, and it definitely seemed like everybody was going against Mel. So it said that Martell didn't try to at least stay on that path so that, he's just crazy to me because Mel has a big fan base, like I said, majority of women, and a lot of us would probably think about supporting him more as long as he's doing right by her and those kids. And he's not even smart enough to realize that. So, hey, YMC. Most people watch her for the train wreck, not because they support her. Yeah, speaking of coleslaw, I agree. And I'm one of them. I agree. How much support can she really get, though? And this is what I mean when I say that coleslaw is just as crazy as Martell. Because had she seized the opportunity when she was on, when she did that interview with Tasha K, I think that she feels like she's going to be less than a woman and she's not going to be this bad bee that she thinks that she is. And she's not going to apologize to Mel. Now, had she seized that opportunity on that platform, which is huge, and just took accountability and said, you know what I did was wrong. I'm not going to talk about that lady anymore. I now realize the part that I played in that was wrong. Had she done that, she would have a lot of support. But as long as she continued to come out with these shenanigans, YMC, she won't get much support at all. She done moved on to Sheree now. She's going to always be after Mel because she takes credit for Mel's success. She takes credit for that. So, just crazy. Hey, Candy Rose, you put, I believe most viewers are done with Destiny and are ready for her to exit from the show. I am. I'm ready for her to go, especially if she's not going to share what's going on with her. You know what I mean? She had a whole divorce, was pregnant, got served papers as soon as she dropped the baby, was going through things enough where when they were married, they were talking about divorce, and we didn't hear about any of that on the show. So why is she there? So yeah, I'm one of those viewers. She can go. Let's see her. All right, ADR, I had to read your message before I put it on the string. You put sloppy is not young. I agree. And I like that sloppy, cold sloppy, huh? She's immature. Yes, she is. Like Miss Wanda is. Oh my goodness, Wanda is so immature. Older, but still stomping. I think I know what you're trying to say. Oh, but still stomping around, thinking she's young with her 2, 3 mans. Sloppy is gonna be just like Miss Wanders as she ages. Yeah, Miss Wanda is a mess. But I do think that that petition was effective. It definitely is as far as what she's been doing on social media. So we don't see all the lives like she was doing before. So hopefully that'll be a wake up call for her. But she's very immature. I have some videos and some clips, I'm sorry, and some pictures of her birthday party, Miss Wanda, this past week. And she looked a mess. A mess. Well, I'm glad you didn't use the R word, YMC. But yeah, people do watch to laugh. But hey, she puts it out there. Um, she seems a little off. Well, she's definitely, don't get me wrong. Now the girl says she got a degree. That's yet to be proven. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people go above and beyond when it's time for them to research thing. And word on the street is she doesn't allegedly have a degree, but you would have to be a little smart to heck just graduate from high school. But yeah, mentally we know that something ain't right because she's allowed herself to be what she was to Martell for all those years. So yeah, she's a little off when it comes to that. But yeah, thank you for not putting the R word in. We understand. We know what you're saying. I totally agree, Cheryl. She's a user and was only hanging around Mel to get clout under her lining. Jealousy of Mel was always there. And if she feel Mel is fake, cash app her money back. Okay? Run me my money. Period. Run me my money. Because that's what, doesn't make sense to me. She was this horrible friend to you. But I'm going to keep this money she gave me. No, I wouldn't want a penny from you. If I felt like you were that, you can have that back. So I agree. It really did look like a little hole in the wall. It definitely did look like one of them little local, little local shops. But the way Ariane says she has it going on, honey, I'm surprised she wasn't getting a massage while she was getting her hair done and the whole experience. So, and she finally got a couple dollars to get that mess done. She says that she comes live because she wants to be transparent, and that's why she doesn't come with her hair done. And no, that's not correct. You just don't have it like that. You don't. Candy Rose says AC should watch her mouth about others wearing wigs. Anything could happen to her in the future that would necessitate her wearing a wig herself. Facts. Facts. But that's all she really has going for herself. I really do believe that Martell told her, I love your hair. I love your hair. Because the emphasis that she's put on all this time about hair is a mess. But yeah, God forbid something happens to that head, that hair on that head. Yeah, I agree. Cecilian says most women wear a wig when they don't have their hair done. Exactly. And a lot of women wear wigs as protective styles. I don't know if you guys have seen, I'll just talk about a few celebrities. Look at Cardi B. Now, Cardi B has already had, I think when she first came out, she had like shoulder length hair. She wear wigs a lot. And she released a video the other day. Her hair is down to her butt. So, it's a choice if you want to wear a wig or not. You know, but that's all she has to go on. That's the only thing she could say. I don't wear wigs. I don't wear wigs. Cheryl, you said these pick-me women act like Martell's the finest man on earth. I've seen some men that'll make him look like Swiss cheese with holes in it. I mean, fine. Yeah. It's some nice looking men out here. My husband is one of them. But yeah. I think that, like I said, I'm a city girl, and when you're in a smaller town, a lot more people may just be attracted to you because they don't see much. And Martell, as long as women are gonna be women, and I'm not talking about all women, guys, so don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of women that just want that arm candy. As long as he fine, he can come on. I'm gonna claim him. He can get my EBT, my food stamps, and a lot of women are. Some women are impressed with just the body and how that man looks, and will fight. Do you hear me, for that man? So yeah, Martell ain't all that. I totally agree, when Tay Talk. Totally agree. Did you put in the comments, when Tay Talk, what video you were on? Somebody said you were really, I think it was you, that you were really, really funny. I'll have to scroll down because I'm still at the top, but I want to go back and watch. But yeah, they definitely need to focus on the inside. It's not a good look at all what they put out. Yep, they are definitely city slick. Where is Carlos from? Is he from Michigan too? I think he is. Yeah, when you're from a big city, you can spot a city slickster. So I knew that, especially Marceau, the way he responds to Tisha, and he always say, "Here's the thing," him and Maurice both. That's a city slickster trait. See, when they say that, they're thinking of their little comeback before they could say it. So yeah, Destiny, she hasn't shown much from me. I think especially when they say "what up, though," that's from the Midwest. So when I heard Destiny say that, I knew she was from the Midwest. She doesn't give me city slickster much. I'll have to research what's been going on with her, like you guys are talking about. But them Scott brothers for sure. Candy Rose, you say the marital home was sold as well as the 47 acres. There had to be profit from those sales. I don't believe Martell is broke, and that's why he doesn't want to divulge his finances. Well, were her and Martell the only ones of the 47 acres, Mel and Martell? But yeah, he got to divulge his finances if he wants to know Mel's. And they did sell that home. So yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's broke. But he's had to survive since the divorce is going on. What is it, 2 years? What are we in, 2022? Yeah, I think they may have been divorced for a little over a year now, almost 2 years. And he's had to be able to survive off of whatever was, made from the sale of that home. But the 47 acres, I don't know. I know Mel and her mom recently brought 30 something acres. And was it that site? Can you guys let me know? Was it the same site, or was it another site where they just brought acreage there? Happy I am city. You from the city too? Yeah, I'm in a small town now, but I was definitely raised in a big city. And like I put in previous videos, I have brothers and everybody else that's brothers and uncles and all of that, and daddies that was city slicksters. Not my daddy wasn't a playboy, but they taught us games. So if you're from the city and you were around men, you'll be able to spot it so quick. And I definitely knew what Marceau and Maurice was about. Destiny shop is closed. Wow. So no scenes. Maybe they were able to film some scenes in it. Well, they did, because that's what a brawl was. But I'm not shocked. You know, if she was smart, she would have done more of an online based business as well. Sort of like Mel and Stormy. But I'm not shocked. You know, I'm not sure of the population of Huntsville. And it would have been nice, you know, for her to have a black owned business there for people to support. But well, it's closed now, huh? Miss J. I didn't know that the girl was on Section 8. You know, I guess she does qualify because she doesn't work. So that's interesting. When Tay Talk, you said Destiny talk about LeBeric and it's the same characteristics as Martell, but she is cool with Martell, right? And think that his treatment of Melody is okay. Exactly. You know, I didn't like how she was shading his mother in those interviews, talking about it was three of us in the marriage. His mama probably spot game. His mama probably knew what Destiny was about. And, you know, mothers are going to speak up if they see something that's wrong and out of place. But yeah, has she okay with Martell, but her husband was allegedly doing some of the same things. Thank you, Renee. Yes, guys, hit that like button, please, for me. Please. I appreciate that, Renee. I always saw Destiny disdain for Melody. She disguised it with Ride or Die because she wanted to use Melody for her game. Yep, it seemed weird. You know, it seemed, I won't say weird, I'll say a little forced. Especially how she reacted at Mel's telltale signs, that episode. Now here it is, Mel is excited about her single and having them come to watch it, and Destiny wanted to talk about Village. So, you know, I think in a sense, and Destiny will never admit it, I think she kind of looked up to Mel. And then when she saw that Mel was going on with her life as far as with Martell and how she was able to boss up, I think that it was a little jealousy there, in my opinion. And I doubt that Mel just made up that she overheard Destiny in that hotel room with Tisha talking about her. You know? So Mel had every right to cut her off. ADR, you said that he stays mad at Mel. He accused Mel of cheating. Blah, blah, blah. With a lawyer, Big Dummy just showed us like everything else. If true, Mel even cheats better than him. Yeah, you know, I say if you're going to cheat, leave. Whatever relationship Mel had, it was when she was separated from Martell and on her way to divorce, to divorcing him. But yeah, if you're going to cheat up. Definitely don't cheat down like Martell did. You know, that old saying, cheat with somebody that has something to lose. And Coleslaw didn't have anything to lose but herself. And she did that in dedicating her life to Martell for all of those years. So, yeah, if you're going to cheat up. Not dropping out of nursing school to sell cheap clothes online. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what else is crazy? And I put this in the video. That interview that she did with Tasha K. The only thing that Coleslaw had to do was set up something in her home and had one of her friends point a camera at her. She didn't even need that. She could have went live on her own YouTube channel and made big bucks. Big bucks. So she's not too bright in her choices. Tasha K made a pretty penny off of that. But yeah, I'm not buying that mess. Has anyone, just so I can be fair and unbiased, has anyone ever ordered anything from her boutique? Remember last year, Mel even kept the kids on Martell's week. She sure did. Oh, was it when he took her for her birthday? I don't know that, but I know I remember Mel saying, this is when they had the kids every 2 weeks. And she said, well, sometimes I have them 3 because he don't want them. But I didn't know that was one of the weeks that he took Slaw. That man is a mess. Cheryl, you said, why is Sheree lowering her standards to respond to a low-level chick like Coleslaw? I mean, I thought Sheree was on top of her game, being over 50 years old, and detect the game. I guess not. Well, Cheryl, what you have to, and I don't say you have to realize it, but they are in the social media space. So it serves all of them well that has something going on as far as products to sell and all of that. It serves them all well to say a little something online because it's going to do what it did. It's going to go viral. The blogs are going to talk about it. The YouTubers are going to talk about it, and their name is out there. So I really can't knock her for that. And she wasn't really disrespectful. So, she didn't come out like she could have and met Coleslaw on her level. But I understand, I think that if she wasn't on this show, they want to be talked about, plain and simple. That's all of them, and I think that that's why she did it. But I feel ya. Candy Rose, you feel like she was using Mel for her connection. Oh, Destiny, when she pulled that nonsense. Yep, I think so too. Yeah, Mel got the hint. She definitely got the hint. Because why are you trying to overshadow me right now? Why are you trying to bring this up? Does it look like I want to discuss? We can talk about these kids in our villages on our own time. But you want to do this at my video premiere? So yeah, Mel Peep Gang. Exactly, Cecilian. Exactly. She was going through so much at the time. She was trying to map out her own life at that time. So yes, I totally agree. And Mel went through a lot. Do you hear me? So let me go back up because I seem to have lost my place in these comments. Hold on, guys. I'm still trying to get used to it. Where is it? If I missed some of you guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. I was going to say, if I missed some of you guys' comments, I apologize. Oh, wow, Marilyn. I can't put that on the screen, but I see it. Oh, my goodness. Marilyn. Annette. Hi, Annette. Did I say hi to you? And hi, Marilyn. I just can't put that comment on the screen, but hilarious. Annette says, I cannot support Coleslaw or Martell. Dusty Destiny need to have several seats and move on. Yeah, have a seat, give us something, or yeah, gone on. Yeah, we all want to know that, Cecilian. We all want to know that. And we know. I know you know. But yeah, I get it. And that's what he doesn't realize. It'll never make sense if you don't go for that one. And I must say, in that reel that Martell released yesterday, that baby was smiling more than he has with his mom in previous videos with her. You know, he seems a little angry and agitated with her. So he did seem a little happier in those clips that Martell released. All right. You are so right, Tanga. So right. Soulmate, soul ties, all of the above. That's why they were able to continue on for all of those years, you know? So I definitely agree with that. When Tay Talk, you saw that mess she had on. Oh my goodness. And she had what did she have on? A tiara, and it was just too much. I'll post some pictures of it on my community wall for people that may have missed it. Wanda's outfit, it was a hot mess. But it looks like, I don't know if cameras were there because they aren't filming right now, so I doubt it. But it looks like she was at Black at the lounge. ADR, you said, let me go back to Miss J. Miss J, what you laughing at? ADR, you said Sloppy's lives are snoozeville. And unless she's having a meltdown, watching her is exciting as watching paint dry on a hot Atlanta, Georgia day with no air conditioner. Snoozeville. Yeah, she don't give much. You know. She doesn't have much to give, in my opinion. Cheryl, you said Sheree running around having fun with a man who's trying to take Mel's kids away, and she's a mother. Sheree is too old for the nonsense. Is she that desperate and thirsty for a man? Yeah. And I put that in a video yesterday as well. As a woman, I would have to let this guy that I'm seeing know. That's wrong. That's wrong. And Sheree knows about Mel. You know, I don't know if that picture that was floating around of the two of them, Mel, Sheree, and Tank, to me, it looks like they were at an event and it looked like maybe it was the first time they were meeting. So I don't think that they were friends, but they definitely know of each other. And yeah, Sheree, if you're going to be out here walking and holding hands with this man, maybe she did, guys. But if she didn't, she definitely needs to let him know. You can't be with me. You can't be caught seen with me. None of that, because that's wrong. I do too. We are thinking alike. I think it's definitely a storyline. Candy Rose, you say QT Martell graduated, even though at an advanced age from high school. It doesn't appear he can read or write at more than an elementary school level, and allege that he cheated his way through AMU. Really? Allegedly. Wow. Yeah, you know, like I said, I'm trying to be nice to Martell. There are a lot of errors in his posts. Most times when he makes a post, he's definitely not a speaker when he's trying to, speak. Is he dumb? Questionable. He's definitely dumb as far as his character, as far as morally, and as far as the choices that he's made. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. I know he was an athlete, and athletes, they do push them through school, so maybe that's what happened. When Tay Talk says, didn't Slaw just say a couple lives ago that there's no one in Huntsville that does her hair good, but now all of a sudden she found someone? Yeah, well, she seemed to have been familiar with that girl. She didn't seem like a new customer, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Renee says, some people in other chats recognize the cape and inside of the building as the Discount Beauty School. What? She hasn't showed us her hair yet, so it might have been messed up. Might be messed up. She got her hair done at a beauty school, y'all. By learning professionals. learning cosmetologist in training. Get out of here. What chat? I missed so much yesterday. It was Friday night and I had a little date night. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some stuff. What you say, ADR? They act like they suffer from some arrested development. They're just two poops in a porta potty. Oh, I'm gonna have to start using that. Two poops in a porta potty. I agree. They are definitely one and the same, for sure. And remember how Martell at one point was trying to defend her, especially at their reunion when he told Mel, well, she graduated from the same school as you. And I can't tell. I'm sorry. Because Mel has done what's needed to be done when it comes to advancing her life. So, but that's hilarious. Two poops in a porta potty. I don't know, Gloria. I don't think that petition was going to go anywhere. They're not letting Martell go from this show. Now, they may advise him on what he should and should not do and could and cannot do when they're filming. But Martell and Mel is the bread and butter of that show. Like I said, just look around YouTube. Just search their names and you'll see how many videos there are when it comes to Mel and Martell. And then compare it to the other cast members. It's not much. So, yeah, I don't think it had an effect on Martell. And Carlos has a thing for Martell. But I do think that it helped with the Wanda situation. So we shall see. But yeah, he ain't going nowhere. Really, Candy Rose? You think so? Definitely cheaters. Definitely cheaters. It's definitely not what the show was initially supposed to be about, and that would have been great to see. But drama sells, and that's why they have such high ratings. Unfortunately, Martell couldn't stop what he was doing, where his actions have been a big part of this show. But I would like to see more. As far as the criminal parts, that's funny. That is funny because we know that do I have to say allegedly? But Miss Wanda got them sticky fingers, Tisha. So yeah, show us some of that. Deep conversations with Sean. Okay. Let me write that down right now so I won't forget. Hold on, let me grab a little sticky. I am going to watch with S-U-N. Okay, thank you, Wednesday Talk. Oh, he is live, laugh, love. He is from Detroit. And you know what? I think I heard Carlos say that. I don't know. I think it was on his, I don't know if it was on the nightcap or if it was on his podcast. But yeah, so he got a thing for them Scott brothers too. Just like Destiny and the Scott brothers, huh? S. McNeil. Hey, Gloria. Thank you so much for joining me. And you guys, please like the video. I'm going to be here for about 10 more minutes or so. I've been on here over 2 hours. Oh, my goodness. I got to hit these stores up. I don't need to shop, but I can't help it, guys. Let's see. To see if who's related, S. McNeil. Martell and Coleslaw? Destiny thought she was going to run that city slick mess on LeBaric. Okay, not. And his mama saw that. His mama read through it, because not saying that you have to take mess off of your spouse's parent or anything like that. But most mamas is going to protect their boys, period. We see that in Miss Marlene. Now, she has come out and told Martell, oh, I hate that you're losing your family and all of that. But most times, it's, I understand, baby, and you a good man, baby. So, yeah. When Tay talk, Martell is broke. He don't want to lay out those finances because he's embarrassed. Okay? Okay? But want to see males. Because he knows she making big bucks. And that's the problem. He wanted Mel to be broke. He wanted her to be broke. And he definitely don't want to see her flossing like she flossing now. So yeah. Did I hide this? No, I don't want to unhide. How do I do this? Show. Tang, I hope you're okay. I'm still learning, guys. Not the same site. One is north. The other, I think, is south. Not the same site. One is north. The other is south. Okay, maybe you'll put in the comments. I'm missing something. Miss J says, child, Big Ari should not try to use words like transparent or narcissist. Clearly, she watches the show and surfing the YouTube channels. Yes, because she sure wasn't calling Martell a narcissist for all these years. But now, all of a sudden, you know, especially in her response to him that she released a couple weeks ago, he's a narcissist. Girl, bye. Yeah, he does have to show, for sure. When Tay talk, I agree. I really do agree. And, you know, I like Stormy, but Stormy is a little harsh, too, as far as attitude. And her and Destiny both showed that last season when they had their little back and forth. It's a little strong, but I get it, you know. As long as attitude is used in the right setting, I should say. But yeah. Right. Sell those first. So funny. He probably sold all that stuff now. Now, do you guys, I've been saying it's alleged, but is it true that he's living with Marlene, his mother? Somebody drop down and let me know. Because I could have sworn that Martell, was it the same house that he stayed in when he was married to Mel? Because I thought last season, I don't know, the setup looked a little different. It was different because that's when Destiny came over to see him. And even the clip that they're going to show in this coming season when Mel was talking to him, that's a different setup than the marital home because his kitchen is in the background and it looked different to me. So I'm wondering, did he really move in with his mom? I can see him doing it for sure. People have to remember that they had a lien on their marital home. So before that there's any profit from the home, the lien had to be paid off. That is true. That is true. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me stop my little puppy from barking. Yeah, I remember hearing about that, Simply Beautiful. You are right. If it was so bad that his mom was in the marriage, exactly. Exactly. And I don't care what anybody say, something big was going on for that man to present her with the divorce papers a couple weeks after she gave birth. He didn't strike me just to be such a cruel type of guy. So something went on. But again, Destiny, with her not being as open as she should be, we'll never know. And it seems like LeBerick doesn't want any parts of this limelight, so he's not going to come out and say it. The house went for $995,000, and no, that's not the same land her and her mother. Okay, I thought that land was different. I thought that. Thank you, L.S. Taylor. Okay. Thanks, Candy Rose. I guess that does make sense because when they had that sit down, when they were going through everything, when Mel said that she wanted to dissolve everything, I do remember asking her about the 47 acres. So yeah, that should have put a pretty penny into both of their pockets. Thanks, Candy. The light is on in the bubble brain. Bubble, let me read that again. That's a tongue twister. The light is on in the bubble brain's house, but no one is home. Talking about Destiny. She doesn't pay her employees, but if you look it up on the phone, it says open. Yeah. That poor girl had to come out and beg to get paid. The profit from the sale of the home was pretty huge, even if he had to split it with Mel. Yeah, for sure. Miss Van even said Miss Van even says she heard voices in the next room. She said she couldn't make out everything, but she could hear people, and she didn't even know it was Destiny next door. Where? Don't cheat. Facts. Yep, Miss J. I think so too. I really do. Because Stormy and Mel is doing the darn thing for sure. And she took the Tisha because she needed an ally. That's why. She knew that Mel had cut her off. And what was she going to do or say on that season? So that's why she took the Tisha. And Tisha, with her trying to act like she's tough, like she did last season, only because she had Miss Wanda speaking up as her mouthpiece, you know. Yeah, I heard that. S. McNeil. Yep. And that showed when Tasha K act like she was about to call Mel, and Coleslaw picked that phone up real quick. You could tell that she probably texted Martell right then and there saying, oh, shoot, they about to call your ex-wife. Wow, I didn't know that when Tay talked. I did not know that. No, he wouldn't have been going if it was his week and that was the case. Mm-mm. Where is she by Sheree? She says it's coming. She made a post saying everybody have your debit cards ready and all of that. So that line has been coming for years. I don't get it. Slap something on a t-shirt, girl, some jogging pants, and make some money. I think she wants it to be a little higher class line. And it's too long. It's been years. My goodness. Mel never responds to her. Talking about coleslaw, Cheryl. Destiny and Latifa share common jealousy. Yes, ma'am. And that is Mel. That is Mel. Well, guys, I just got a notification on my phone. It looks like Mr. Martell is going live. So let me screen record this real quick while I'm talking to you guys. And I'm going to take my phone. Let me put my phone somewhere. So give me a second, guys. Let me get this started so I won't miss nothing. Hold on 1 second.
Protect ourselves and
okay, guys, so there's some hot action going on. You guys can probably hear this, but Mr. Martell Holt is live, so I think we all should join him and see what's going on. Give me 1 second because I don't want you guys to hear it. Hold on. Okay, I'm running from my office to another room. But yes, guys, Mr. Martell is live, but I wanted to make sure that I properly tried to put your comments up. And let's see here. Yep, I agree. I think Tisha and Destiny had been talking about Mel. They definitely were. Mel didn't make that up. They definitely were. Does any see similarities between Sheree's actions and Martell's? What do you mean, Tanga? Even girl, Lord have mercy. I hope she don't say that this season. Please. I got an event coming up. Really, S. McNeil. I don't want to put that up on the screen, but as far as the records, really? Wow. Marilyn. Hi, I'm not sure if I spoke with you. Martell is a man that do not like women. Yep. He just used women for what he needs from them. Martell met his match when he got involved with Coleslaw. She is going to follow him to the ends of earth. Yes, she will. That's going to be his karma. Yep. And we're going to end this with Candy Rose's comment. Laughing my A off when Tasha K said she wasn't that hilarious. That girl saw a ghost. That girl saw, I don't know what, but she got so nervous. So yeah, Tasha K definitely pulled her strings on that. But guys, I have been on here 2 hours and 22 minutes and 31 seconds. I do appreciate you guys joining me. I definitely got the nervousness out, so I'm ready to come and really chit chat with you guys. And like I said, also drop the link so you guys can join me on the panel. So I'm going to make a post and on my community tab, I'm going to ask you guys, would you like to go live immediately after the episodes, maybe 30 minutes to an hour after the episode airs on Saturday? Or should we wait and get our thoughts together and go live on Sunday? But I am looking for panel members to come on, and join me so we can chit chat about this. He's going to Popeyes. Who's Cecilia Martell? Yeah, I got that live going in there. So he's live. So I'm recording it, Candy. So yeah, the post is, he definitely do those, he definitely does do those post and deletes. But hit the like button on the way out, guys. Tang, Candy Rose, X McNeil, Miss J, Renee, Cheryl, Wente Talk. I can't wait to look at that video. De Silva, oh my goodness. Hey girl, I did not see you in here. Now I'm gonna say this while you here, honey, and I hope you still here. I love your accent just like I love Bondi Blues. So thank you so much for joining me. I love me some you. I do. So I see you guys. I'm just going back. But yes, guys, 2.5 hours. I thank you guys. You guys were so welcoming. I really, really appreciate it. And if you can hit that like button on your way out, that would be great. I'll be dropping some more content later. I may come back live, not today, but tomorrow. But again, thank you guys so much for chit-chatting with me. Talk to you soon. Bye. I hope I didn't miss anyone else. I'm going to scroll through these comments. And if I miss anyone else, I am going to acknowledge you in the comment section. Maria Hardy, I'm not sure if I saw you. But thanks, guys. Let me go listen to this mess Martell made. I'm definitely going to be making a video ASAP. Chat with you guys soon. Bye.